With me now from Judicial Watch, the Director of Research and Investigations, Chris Farrell. Chris, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, yesterday, as you know, was September 11th. Most people in our nation paid tribute to those who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001. But I think many people, and this perhaps is the fault of the media and liberals who deliberately ignore this, did not remember that it was also the anniversary of the death of 4 Americans who died in Benghazi on September 11th, 2012. And my question to you is, 5 years later, we know that Susan Rice lied. We know that Hillary Clinton lied about this attack and about the perpetrators of this attack. Her emails proved that she lied. Why has there been no accountability all these years later?
There's no good explanation for it, frankly. In fact, the only reason the American public even knows about this string of emails where Hillary Clinton is talking to her daughter or where Ben Rhodes is trying to synchronize the big lie between Susan Rice and other members of the cabinet is because of Judicial Watch's Freedom of Information Act work in our lawsuits. Because in each of those instances I just mentioned, it was Judicial Watch that uncovered that material and made it public and provided it to Congress. Even congressional committees, at one point there were 5 of them, really were spinning their wheels. And I find it particularly disturbing now with a new administration and a new Attorney General and a new Secretary of State. We're getting the same tired legal arguments from the Trump-Sessions Justice Department that we got from the Obama-Holder operation, or in some cases Lynch. It's mind-boggling. How is it that they cling to the same ridiculous lies in their reasons why they will not give the American public a full accounting of what happened?
Right, and you guys at Judicial Watch, you've done incredible work here. It is the only reason, in fact, that the American people who don't have classified clearance know about what Hillary Clinton did, know that they constructed this narrative, that they purposely lied, and that they knew all along, Hillary Clinton knew all along that this attack was waged by terrorists. She knew it was radical Islamists, and yet she chose to lie and blame it on that ridiculous YouTube video. You guys are the reason that we know that. What are they saying to you now, though? The Trump administration, you guys have requested, and I want to make sure our viewers know this, you've requested to be able to question Hillary Clinton under oath about this night, about her emails, and about the destruction of her emails. What excuse is the Trump administration giving you when they say no?
They don't give a good excuse. We've been fortunate enough to subpoena and depose 7 of Hillary Clinton's associates, people like Huma Abedin and Cheryl Mills, Jake Sullivan, and others. And we were able to get Mrs. Clinton to go under oath in written interrogatories. But we still have another case where we've been granted discovery, and we're going to circle back and ask to depose Mrs. Clinton live on video. The excuse last time was that she was busy running a campaign for the presidency. She's got no such excuse any longer. And frankly, I'd be astonished if Attorney General Sessions and his senior staff stood in the way of us asking direct questions, frankly, in a way far superior to what Trey Gowdy did. That 11-hour hearing he managed on Benghazi was unfortunately very disappointing.
Right. I guess I don't understand why. I mean, sitting here as just a regular American citizen outside of the Beltway, outside of the swamp, I don't understand why an administration, especially an administration that is philosophically at odds with someone. It's not like it's the Obama administration who's trying to protect Hillary Clinton because Hillary was one of their own. Right. I don't understand why an administration would try to protect her from justice here. If she did nothing wrong, there should be no problem with her testifying under oath and giving you the information that you need in order to declare her innocence in a sense. I don't understand why they would stand in your way.
Nor do I. And in fact, when you look at one of her emails to her daughter was using a pseudonym. I think she referred to herself as Diane Reynolds. Hillary Clinton explicitly states on the night of the attack that she knew it was an organized, deliberate terrorist attack. She told the Egyptian foreign minister the same thing the next day. But in the meanwhile, Ben Rhodes at the National Security Council and another sort of circle of operatives were busy crafting this phony Susan Rice message that you heard over and over and over again about the video. Look, that was a lie. We're not going to stop or let go when it comes to this case. Benghazi is not over. It will not be over as far as Judicial Watch is concerned until we get all the records and until we get all the answers, particularly for Mrs. Clinton under oath.
Right, and kudos to you guys actually pursuing justice here. It's what our government should be doing, but I guess we need watchdog groups like yourself to do this when our government neglects to do their duty. And Ben Rhodes, by the way, for our viewers, is the resident fiction writer for the Obama administration, literally and figuratively there. Chris, one last question before we go here. Now,
sure.
you did, I guess, ask for a FOIA request, and the judge ordered an email search of some of Hillary Clinton's top aides. But to my understanding, it's a little bit of a sticky situation because much of the information that you might be looking for wasn't sent through State Department emails. It was sent through a private email address that went through Hillary Clinton's server. Tell me about that.
Yeah, this is part of the nightmare of Hillary Clinton's outlaw server, the one that she sent 22 top secret SCI documents across. I mean, for doing that, she's a national security criminal. And I say that advisedly because I've done national security crime investigations. But in this case, the State Department tried to bluff past the judge and say, well, look, we don't have to search State Department computers for Jake Sullivan, Cheryl Mills, and Huma Abedin's emails because, well, we just don't think we need to. And the judge wasn't buying it and directed the State Department to go back and search the State Department servers for those three principal aides of Mrs. Clinton with respect to all these requests that we have pending and that are now the subject of a lawsuit. And so it's mind-boggling that Mr. Tillerson and his staff and their attorneys would, with a straight face get in front of a federal judge and say, no, we don't need to search for the three principals who work for Hillary Clinton. We don't need to look for their email. It's another one of these mind-boggling logic-defying political or legal stances that the administration has taken.
Right, and I think we can learn two things from it. First of all, anybody who argues that Hillary Clinton using a private email address and a private server, anyone who argues that that wasn't damaging or obstruction of justice in a sense is wrong, and this proves that. And the second thing is this is exactly why. What you just detailed is why the mainstream media ignored this anniversary. They ignored honoring these 4 Americans who died in Benghazi. This is why, because they want to protect Hillary Clinton, and nowhere in none of her corruption, none of her schemes, none of her pay-to-play is it evident as much as Benghazi that she only cares about herself and not other people, and that she's willing to abuse power in order to make sure that she scores her political points. Chris, I appreciate all the investigations you guys at Judicial Watch are doing. Keep us updated, please. Thanks for being here.